welcome to our video. So today we will be simplifying rational exponents. So for this video, we will take consideration of the exponent of a certain problem which has a fractional form. So in this case, gagawin natin is simplify lang natin siya through the exponent. So we have to remember that the seventh law of the exponent says that when we have a raised to 1 over n, 1 over n signifies a fraction. This will become the nth root of a raised to 1. So we have to take consideration of the base a. So for this one, in radical form, still siyang base. But ang denominator ng fraction will take as index. So whatever it is, start from 2. So we have square root, cube root, fourth root, and so on and so forth. So whatever the numerator here will be the exponent of the numerical value. So this is the seventh law states. Okay? So we have here 3 examples to be solved. And they also have different kinds of exponent. For number 2, we have negative. And for number 3, we have also fraction as numerical value. Okay, so let's solve that one by one. Okay, for number 1, we have 3 raised to 2 over 3. So using the 7th law, which is, lagyan natin sa baba, a raised to 1 over n, we have the nth root of a raised to 1. So since ang base natin dito ay 3, ilagay lang natin siya as a here. So we have 3. And now, since ang index natin for n, denominator is 3, so this states that this is a cube root. So yung 2 sa taas, which is 2/3, this will serve as the exponent. So gaya rin siya nito, so the numerator will be your exponent and the denominator will serve as the index. So ito na po yung transformation niya. This is what we call rational expression, and this one is what we call radical expression. Okay, so dalawa po yan. Okay, to solve for that, you can have 2 options, guys. The first option is to take the root first before giving the exponent, or the second option is to get the exponent first or solve for the radicand before getting the root. So in this case, that there is no cube root of 3, so we have to solve for the radicand itself. So if meron po tayong cube root or sagot ng nandito, sagutan muna natin, pwede rin po yun. So pwede rin pong i-square muna natin or gamitin muna natin yung exponent na to, solve for the radicand, then apply cube root. Okay, so let's see. We have cube root of 3 square will have 3 times 3 is 9. So as you can see, guys, ang ibig sabihin po ng index ay mag-iisip tayo ng number na pag minultiply natin ng 3 beses, the result is 9. But since there is no number na pwedeng mag-multiply by itself ng sagot 9, so this will remain the final answer. So this is still the cube root of 9. Ito na po yung magiging final answer natin. So that is the simplified form of the rational exponent or expression 3 raised to 2/3. So this is rational expression, this is radical expression. Okay, for number 2 naman, we have 64 raised to negative 3 over 2. Okay, so on the previous video, guys, we discussed about the integral exponents now. So if there is a negative exponent, all we have to do is to put them in the denominator if nasa numerator siya. Pero kapag nasa denominator naman siya, we just have to put them into numerator. So in this case, this is a whole number. Gagawin natin, ibababa lang natin siya to make the exponent positive. So lagay tayo ng 1 dito. Then we have 64. Then raised to, since this is negative, magiging positive na po siya. So that's the exponent. So 64 or 1 over 64 raised to 3 over 2. Okay, solve for that. Ito lang naman ang solve natin. So we have 1 all over. Okay, so applying natin ginawa natin kanina, 64 will be your base. Your index will be the denominator. So ibig sabihin, the index here is 2. Since 3 over 2 tayo, the index will be 2. So pag 2, automatic yan na square root yan. But since hindi na tayo naglalagay kapag square root yan, as is na yan. So the square root of 64, then this is, meron tayong exponent na 3. Because 3 here is your numerator. So ito na yun. Now, sabi ko kanina, there are two options to solve for the radicals. First is to apply cube root before getting the exponent. Or pwede rin po, apply the square root or the cube root, apply the root, and perform the exponent. So in this case, kung mapapansin niyo guys, 64 is a perfect number. So meron tayong square root ng 64. Okay? So we have 64 square root is anong number ang pwedeng mag-multiply sa by itself na ang sagot ay 64 will have 8. Because 8 times 8 is 64. So ang may iwan dito is the exponent. Okay? So kapag final answer tayo, this becomes 1 over. Lagyan natin ito. We have 1 over, since the square root of 64 is 8, so 8, then saka natin i-apply yung exponent. So we have now 1 over 8 cubed na siya. So 1 over 8 cubed is 8 times 8 is 64, then 64 times 8 will have 64 times 8, 4 times 8 is 32, carry 3, 6 times 8 is 48, plus 3 will have 51. So we have 1 over 512. So this will be your final answer in the 64 raised to negative 3 over 2. Next, for number 3. Since the numerical value is 16 over 25 or simply as fraction, we can also get the radical form of this and simplify the answer. So by this, solve natin siya. Still, the base is ito pa rin. Apply lang natin sa kanya is we have 16 over 25. Then we have apply the root. Since ang index natin or denominator here is 2, so automatic square root siya. So again, kapag square root, no need to write the numbers 2. Mag-start na kayo maglagay dito ng index kapag 3 pataas na po yan. Pag square root, as is na yan. So since 2 ang index natin and then the exponent is 3, we can have exponent here as 3. So again, guys, so meron tayong possibility na isolve muna natin ang square root nito before tayo tawag dito, exponent or apply ng exponent. Because 16 and 25 are perfect numbers. So 16, meron tayong factor niyan or meron tayong number na pag multiply by itself, 16 ang sagot. And that is 4. Because 4 times 4 is 16. So we also have the square root of 25, which is number na pag multiply natin by itself, 25 ang sagot, which is 5. So 16 over 25 is also equivalent, or the square root of 16 over 25 is also equal to 4 over 5. Now, kanina, hindi pa tayo nag-apply ng exponent niya. This is the time that we apply the cube. So, as is 4 cube and 5 cube. So, 4 times 4 is 16 times 4 will give us 64. Then, all over, we have 5 cube, which is 5 times 5 is 25. Times 5 is we have 125. So, this will be your final answer. 64 over 25. Okay, for number 4 and number 5, this is different example since we use already the variable x for this example now. So a while ago, the 3 examples are only numerical values or numbers only. But in this case, we apply x as variable. So kapag ganito naman po ang problem natin, you can have 2 answers for this. You can also have the radical form or you can have the rational exponent. Basta kailangan po ang sagot dito ay positive po ang exponent. wala pong negative exponent. Also, wala rin pong zero exponent. Okay, kapag ganito po, since division siya, we only apply the law of exponent, division. So, kapag same base lang siya, tapos different exponent, all we have to do is to copy the base and subtract the exponent. That is the law of division. Kapag same base lang siya, subtract lang natin yung exponent. So, by this, x, then 1/3, then minus 1/2. Okay? So, 1/3 minus 1/2. Then, kapag nag-subtract tayo, guys, as simply as gawin lang natin yung LCD nila. But there are several methods to do this. You can have the butterfly method. Later, I'll discuss that one. So, by this, 1/3 minus 1/2, if we get the LCD of 3 and 2, we'll have 6. Okay? Now, for the solution, we have 6 divided by 3 is 2, then times 1, or 6 divided by 3, 2 times 1 will have 2. Okay, so 6 divided by 3 is 2 times 1. Then since the operation is minus or subtraction, subtract lang natin yan. Then 6 divided by 2 is 3 times 1 will give us 3. Okay, so then we have x raised to 2 minus 3 will give us negative 1. And copy 6. Okay, again, as what I have said a while ago, there is no negative exponent dapat in the final answer. So, ang gagawin natin, if there is a negative exponent, bababa lang natin siya. So, bale, ang magiging sagot is 1 over x, then magiging positive na po siya. So, this will be your final answer. Or, you can have an answer of radical form, which is 1 over the 6th root of x raised to 1. And this is another form of solution since we do not apply radical expression na nasa denominator. We are going to apply rationalization, but that is going to be discussed in the next video. Okay, so you can have this one. Pag ganito po ang sagot natin, mag-rationalize po tayo. Okay? Next, for this one, since we have multiplication, ang gagawin naman natin sa exponent, kanina nag-subtract tayo, this one, add lang natin sila. So, we have x raised to 2/3. Tapos, kopyahin lang natin ang base, same base lang naman sila, then subtract the exponent, or sorry, add the exponent. Kanina subtract, this one add. The difference is, kanina, the process is division. Okay, for this number 5, the process will be multiplication. So, the application of exponent will be different also. So, kapag division, we have subtract. Kapag multiplication, ang exponent will be added to each other. So, 2/3 plus, we have copy this negative 5 over 2. Okay? So, this will be the answer. Gagawin natin, since meron tayong parenthesis dito at positive, negative sila, we just have to multiply them, no? Positive times negative will give us negative. So, instead of addition, magiging subtraction na po siya. That is because nagkaroon tayo ng negative exponent dito. Pero the process, kapag multiplication, will be still addition. Nagkataon lang na may negative tayo dito. Okay, so subtract na natin yung exponent. We will be having x raised to. Get the LCD again, 3 and 2, which is 6. Then 6 divided by 3 is 2. Times 2 will be 4. Then 6 divided by 2 is 3. Times 5 will be 15. So we have 15. Again, 6 divided by 2 is 3. Then 3 times 5 is 15. So we have now 4 minus 15 over 6. So if we simplify that, that will give us x raised to 4 minus 15 is negative 11 and over 6. Again, there is a negative exponent. So all we have to do is to put them in the denominator. So our final answer will be 1 over x raised to 11 over 6. So this is now your rational exponents or rational expression. Again, kung gusto mo siyang i-radical form, there's another set of solution. This becomes 1 over the 6th root of x raised to 11. And this expression below in the denominator can be simplified also. And that is to be discussed in the next video. Okay, that's it guys for the lesson of simplifying rational exponents into radical form. So for this video, I want you to try this. If you have your answer, please write it down or type it down in the comment section. Or you can PM me or send me direct message. Okay, try this one. Y raised to negative 2 over 3 multiplied to y raised to negative 1/4. Okay, try this one. And if you have your answer, just comment it in the comment section. Okay, that's it for today guys. See you again in the next video. Ciao.